It is 9:59, almost 10 p.m. It's 9 degrees. We have to go out because I have to walk. Okay. I don't need to bring anything. I think I need to bring this. But we have something to drink later. And then let's go out. If you can see, that's the moon. The thing is, it's gonna be raining this weekend, so we have to find our way so that we can enjoy the cherry blossom season before they officially go down, because they will go down. And unfortunately, these trees in front of my apartment, they're not cherry blossoms, but they do look good during autumn season. I like their colors during autumn. So I think even at nighttime you can already see how beautiful the autumn season is, even if it's nighttime. The colors are vibrant. Those yellow things there. And then here's in front of the building. Since it's already spring, it's gonna get warm, but nighttime it's still gonna be very chilly. So that's the only thing I don't usually like with autumn. I cannot wear comfortably clothes that I usually wear because there's a tendency to get cold, especially like for example this weekend it's gonna be very cold. I hope guys you can see how beautiful this is. 예쁘다. 진짜 예쁘다. This is how it looks like at my area, nighttime. That one is the moon. That one is a plane, the small one. Actually, I don't have a topic to discuss, but why am I doing just 그냥 그래 하고 싶어. Nothing. Well, the topic is, if you don't have anything to discuss, just walk. That's something I really learned here in South Korea, as in my 5 years here. People just walk. If you want to go somewhere, walk. If you're feeling stressed, just walk. If you're feeling happy, walk. That's one way for them to exercise. And it's freaking cold. Why is it freaking cold? Huh? It's so beautiful. I don't know how to zoom it. Basta yan, maganda siya. I think I made a video about this place, my area here in Daerim, and there's actually a stereotype here. The prices of land here are cheaper because there's so many Chinese. That's actually good, but this one is so beautiful too. So if the price of the area is cheap, there are more people that has a tendency to stay there. So there's an actual reason for the prices to go up. That's different here in Daerim. It hasn't gone up substantially because of the fear of other nationalities. And that's very Korean, to be honest. That's in their nature. But don't get me wrong, it's more of like, it's a homogeneous country. No. No, I'm confused. No, it's a country that they value their Koreanness. That's what I'm talking about. Now I'm confused. We have to buy our bakery here. 마감 sale. 하나 주세요. 네. 네네. 오, 좋다. So it's like 10,000 won for 3 because it's sale. 혹시 여기서 터스페이 가능해요?
어떤
터스페이.
테스트 가능해요. 예. 잠시만요.
카드를 넣거나 버튼 스펠 포인트 현재 포인트 승프로 정리
됐네. We got our goods. But I won't be able to eat them today, of course. I'll eat them tomorrow at my work. I'll bring them to my office. Especially, I really like the shrimp in the bulgogi, but I also like the malcha. So I bought everything. For tomorrow. I actually don't want to run a lot. I mean, I don't want to walk too far because it's freaking cold. But we have to go somewhere, or else my walking trip will be useless. I also want to tell some stories of about life here in South Korea. So I have been mentioning this. I've stayed here for 5 years. I lived in South Korea for 5 years. I got here because of the Global Korea Scholarship Program. And that part of my life, the GKS life, it's the past, but it still is connected to my present because it helped me got my residency in here in South Korea. I'm not a full-time long-term resident, I'm just a short-term resident, but still, it helped me get there. And it's very important for me to share this because I think some of you are watching this video. This is not a GKS related video, it's more of a life in South Korea video. So, yeah, it's possible. Korea is a livable country even for foreigners. But you know what's the most important thing? You need to speak Korean language if you want to live in South Korea. Like, yeah, you need to speak the language. If you don't speak the language, you won't be able to survive here. You'll be here as a tourist, but not someone who works here, lives here, eats here, rests here, wakes up in South Korea. That's a different story. And actually, it's kind of naive to think like, oh, I can survive in South Korea even if I'm speaking English. But gone were the days wherein Koreans don't speak English at all. And that's the competitive advantage if you're a foreigner. That was the old day. But now, even Koreans speak English, and then there's AI. So the perceived competitive advantage of speaking English is gone anymore. At the same time, a lot of things are getting expensive. If you wanna live in South Korea and enjoy your life here, you need to work hard. If you can, get some side hustles so that you'll be able to survive. This area, given it's nighttime already, it turns into a parking lot. Parking here, I think that's understandable. Also, yeah, it's also a parking spot. Okay, I didn't know that one. I thought it was like Koreans are not following the laws. But that's the case still. This is a parking space, but I'm not aware. Yeah. Sorry, that's my bad. So there are many like marts here. These are not chains. I think this is a local one. Kandabil Mart. And then Munyong Kanda. Okay, that makes sense. That's the bill. That's the mat. So even at nighttime, there's still cars passing by on the other side, but not on this side. But yeah, there's actually in South Korea there are less people who uses cars. Well, I don't say. There are cars behind me. But the fact is, if you're a foreigner especially, car or taxi is not the first option for public transport. It's always about bus and then train. So that's something that I really liked. Probably that's another topic here. Something that I liked here in South Korea as a foreigner, public transportation. If you ask me what is the number one reason that keeps me from going back to my home country, it's the public transportation. Like, hell no, I won't do this public transport thing in the Philippines. Nope. Done it, done with it, finished. And look how beautiful this is. Look how beautiful the train here. Hello. Anya. And that's going to the Daerim station where we went to buy our bread. So I was talking about that. If there's a country that will carry the same thing in the Philippines, like my family, at the same time have the same public transportation as here in South Korea, I would gladly stay in that country. But for now, I had to endure living outside of the Philippines and trying my best to earn money here in South Korea, despite the fact that it's very expensive here. So that's one thing. I like Korea's public transport. And this is another thing. The second one is safety. It's not 100% safe. But guys, I've been walking outside. It's 10 p.m. Nothing happened. If you try doing this in the Philippines, good luck. While doing this video, nope. And that's a fact. I'm not downplaying or probably making Philippines look bad. It's just a fact. That's why a lot of women, especially, they had their sense of security that when they're in South Korea, they can do whatever they want, even at nighttime. But please, let's not that be the case, okay? Change that mindset. Even if it's safe here in South Korea, it's not 100% safe. So you better be safe. I mean, stay vigilant, but yeah, there's a certain point of you can relax here in South Korea and watch cars coming in. If I lose ganda. Ganda, no? Yep po. This is something that keeps me from going back to the Philippines. These simple things. And I know a lot of Filipinos will relate to me. Not just Filipinos, probably from countries, third world countries, developing countries. There's a different sense of, I mean, I don't want to say I've made it, but somehow I can say that I've made it in a sense. But I wish my family is here, so we can just say we've made it instead of just being I. So yeah, that's one thing. And you can actually exercise here if you plan to exercise. You do things for free. Free gym member, no need for gym membership. Yeah. And this is where we go back. Home. My home. So, probably, if you ask me, Justin, where is your home? I cannot say that Philippines is the only home I have, because I've stayed there, lived there for 25 years of my life. But in the most recent 5 years of my life, I've stayed here in South Korea. But I cannot fully say that I am at home here in South Korea, because technically this is not my home. But I think in my second year, probably graduation, and when I started working in South Korea, that's when I slowly transitioned from, okay, I'm just here for short term, into I'm here to find life and enjoy life to the fullest. What is that? There's a rope going up. And let me explain that one. Probably you're wondering what it means. It's just that I have homes. I have 2 different homes. Philippines, which is my hometown, and Korea, which is my current address, current home. But I'm not limiting the fact that I can sometime, if destiny brings me to another country, or if destiny brings me back to the Philippines. These are the things I'm currently weighing, because there's are possibilities. I actually want to go back. I think a lot of people in my other social media accounts, they know about this. I want to go back to the Philippines and serve in the government again, because that was my job before I left for Korea for my master's. I want to go back and do some work in the government, because I think and I feel there are things that I can do there that will help benefit more Filipinos. Very idealistic, very, hero mentality. But if you lived abroad and then you compare it with the experiences you have in your hometown, and then there's this sense of feeling that I wanted to experience the same thing. That's why I want to go back and do something else. So, as I mentioned, Korea is my home and Philippines is also my home. But let's see. It's 2026. Actually, my visa ends in 2027. So I only have a year left for my visa. I'm not sure, but if I'll be able to extend my visa, I'll extend it until 2030. But if not, I'll be going home in 2027. So that's one thing for sure. But yes. And then I'm actually thinking of resigning from my job, finding opportunities outside of my workplace. But at the same time, I'm a bit scared. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it. I may appear to be very confident, very put together, very certain, but sometimes there are points in my life that I feel like I'm not sure about that. Maybe not for you. And that's okay. That's perfectly fine. And I know I'm still growing, so I wish people watching this video, if you are thinking of going to South Korea, be it studies, working, vacation, well, not just South Korea, any country outside of your home country, this is the sign for you to do it. Just do it. Just do it. I mean, put your years in life in a suitcase, pack your bags and go to that country and experience the world. See you in the next video.